The dream of moving abroad is officially turning into a bureaucratic nightmare of rising costs and targeted instability. Why risk your retirement on inflated international traps when the world's best-kept secrets are hiding right in your own backyard? Welcome to our Retire Early lifestyle. In this video, we're going to show you 5 lovely areas of the USA where affordable home ownership still exists today. Our first stop takes us to the safe haven number 1, Theodore, Alabama. Theodore is a small, quaint town outside of the big city Mobile, Alabama. This is what having your cake and eating it too looks like. Theodore is the star located on this map. This is the hidden gem no one has heard of until now, except for the local folks who are blessed to live here. You're only 15 minutes from the major city, and yet your sanctuary is in this beautiful, quaint town, and I can guarantee you that almost everyone is nice, and they all speak English. You are living the dream when you find your place on the map and set up your sanctuary to your liking and benefit, whatever that is for you. Young people can find a home they can afford. It may take a little bit of effort in finding just what you want, but isn't that what life's about? So here in Theodore, Alabama, you can find the safety net of home ownership without the international headaches of being in a country where you can't speak the language and where many expats say they feel lonely and isolated. Look at this pretty little property. It's darling, and the 1.5 acres is stunning. It's a park-like setting. There's no foreigner vicious cycle going on in Theodore. Instead, you have the nicest southern folks you'll meet anywhere, including abroad. And I mean that with seriousness. We know the Southerners are very nice people. We lived in the South for decades, and we still do. And we wouldn't live anywhere else in the U.S. Oh, and one last thing. This pretty little town called Theodore, just under 7,000 population, has a Walmart. Can you believe that? Not only does it have a Walmart, but it also has 9 other grocery stores to choose from. So on those weekends, when you're not working in the big city, you don't have to drive very far to go shopping. They also have a couple of really cute fruit stands and fresh produce stands and farmers markets, maybe even walking distance from your home. Remember, in America, there is no hidden cost, particularly to you, just for being you, like you have when you move abroad. Not on a regular basis anyhow. In America, we're all the same. No one is tripling the price just for you on a regular basis, right? Inflated gringo pricing in every single country abroad is real, and there is no way to stop it unless you learn the language exceptionally well. And even then it never ends. Did you know the ocean is just minutes away from your doorstep in Theodore, Alabama? I told you this was a hidden gem of a place. But don't tell anyone, okay? It's a secret. Drive south from Theodore about 5 or 10 minutes, and here's what you get. Now, how do you like them beautiful, gorgeous beaches? I'm in heaven. Moving north to our next, number 2 safety haven, Geneva-on-the-Lake Ohio. Postcard almost perfect is this scene of Geneva on the lake. Do Americans realize the loveliness they have right here in their own country? Foreigners that were here for the World Cup couldn't get over everything about the USA. They said they were lied to. Especially they couldn't get over the air conditioning, and this is coming from first world Europeans. Many of them view AC as a luxury, and Americans have that luxury every single day when they wake up in the morning. Many other countries on the top 10 best places to live list do not. We don't have to wonder why many Americans return to their roots after just a few short years, usually lamenting, "It wasn't what I thought." That's because there is so much more to know about living in a foreign country than what is portrayed. Pretty landscapes, cheaper apartments, and Romanesque architecture cannot and will not fulfill our biggest needs, and that's God, faith, family, and friendships. And pretty much in that order. Everything else is secondary. That's why we always say vacations, not permanent living, vacations. That's the way it's supposed to be. Retirees may love this resort village called Geneva-on-the-Lake. It's the perfect fit for someone on a Social Security pension and ready to settle down and enjoy the slower pace of life. For the younger folks, the big city working life of Cleveland, full of opportunity and big city sophistication and glamour, is not that far away. 45-minute drive is what you'd be looking at for a daily commute. But you could always live somewhere closer into Cleveland if that's what you prefer. Now, you can find homes near the lake for less than $150,000. They're not going to be on the lake. We're going to be blunt and frank with you. The homes closest to the lake are usually more expensive, and many will be over $150,000. So direct lake view and on the water are often above $150,000, but just near the lake, sometimes you can find $150,000 homes. Now, going outside of Geneva-on-the-Lake, about 20-30 miles south or moving west closer to Cleveland, I show it here on the map. This is where you will get some pretty homes under $150,000. And here's some of those homes right here. We want to encourage our viewers to the fact that buying a home in a hidden gem area of America affords you the benefits of debt-free living, where home ownership is still possible for everyone, not just the wealthy. That includes the younger generation, as long as you're willing to look outside the major cities and coastal hubs. Now, there's nothing wrong with a short, distant commute to and from work when you're young, which we think is anywhere under an hour. In some areas, you might commute for 30-40 minutes, and in others, perhaps only 10 or 15 minutes. It really depends on how diligent you are in finding that perfect property or rental home. Now let's hop on down to safety haven number 3, the Oklahoma City suburbs. What I'm showing you here is the homes that are about 20, 30, and 40-mile commute from Oklahoma City, and houses under $150,000. That's what the map is showing here. Yes, it's still possible to not go into debt for 30 years with a long-term mortgage. Here's some of those houses right here. Housing prices always go up in the long run, and if you're buying a $150,000 home in 10 years, it could be worth $250,000 to $300,000 easy if the housing market continues to do what it likes to do in America. Oklahoma is a state with low property taxes, good health care and hospitals, and a healthy local economy. Property prices in Oklahoma are still some of the lowest in the Midwest, even though the housing market has risen significantly in the last 5 years. Owning your safety haven as soon as possible in a stable economy somewhere in the U.S. is your best defense against being part of the debt culture. You might be in debt for a little while, maybe 10 years, but not for 30 years. And you'll be paying off a mortgage nearer to your personal economy. So you younger folks that need to be near the big city, here are some of the cities I'm talking about that have a short distant commute to Oklahoma City. Here's where you can find the best home prices and the vibe location. They're right here: Del City, Midwest City, Norman, Shawnee, El Reno, Chickasha, and Guthrie. If we increase the price just by $20,000, it would provide you with a beautiful brick home with a 2-car garage on 4 acres of land, or a lovely stone home on 12 acres. These homes, located just outside of Oklahoma City, have so much value attached to them. Oklahoma is known for its tornadoes, however, so we just want to make you aware of that downside. Still, more desirable than the Ring of Fire Japan or coastal Ecuador, weather is everywhere. Bottom line here, it is possible to buy a beautiful home on a few acres of land for under $170,000, 35 minutes from a major big city. This keeps you out of debt for the long haul. All you got to do is branch out a little bit. That's it. And don't forget, folks, this is the asking prices. By the way, smart sellers know they're going to get lowered, and so they always list their house at a price that is higher than what the market is or what they think they can actually get. In America, you have options, and the possibilities are endless. You can stay out of the chaotic big cities and enjoy a nice country peaceful home and still not be that far from your workplace. Doesn't that sound grand? Many younger folks today are being told they have to leave America for the American dream or to be able to make a living, but you're being misled down a path to the vicious cycle of expat fatigue and expat loneliness. Boots on the ground expats share with us about their experience with the expat vicious cycle and what it feels like. If you're moving abroad and expecting to live your American lifestyle, you won't save anything. If you're willing to adapt to the new place, its culture, its language, and go for the experience rather than the budget, you have a far better chance of making it work. When I visit Southeast Asia and I eat Western food and stay in half-decent hotels, my wallet feels it. When I stay with my friends in their remote rural village eating what they eat, no air conditioner, no hot water, nothing to do all day because they're working, and I'm on vacation watching YouTube all day to kill time, then I save money hand over fist. It's a lifestyle choice, and that choice sets the budget. This commenter explained it well. It comes down to lifestyle choices. Expat fatigue syndrome is real, folks, but you don't have to be tired and weary any longer. So by making your sanctuary in the U.S., you stay out of that vicious cycle of high prices, ridiculous visa rules, and increasing street crime against the expats and the resentful locals that just want you to leave and never come back. Our next U.S. haven on the map, away from expat fatigue syndrome, is number 4, lovely Kentucky suburbs. Nope, no expat fatigue syndrome here. Look at this map carefully. Look at all those red dots. You know what that means? Well, there's Louisville here on the map and Lexington. So you have these two major cities to choose from. Louisville has a population of 760,000. It's pretty huge. And Lexington has a population of 350,000. And near those two major cities in Kentucky, you're not more than a 1-hour commute time. You've got Frankfort, Winchester, Nicholasville, Lexington, Louisville, Shepherdsville, Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, and more. Lovely, quaint Midwest towns that are booming with character. They're all booming with character. So we keep hearing how young folks think they can't buy a house in the United States. Well, that's complete and utter nonsense. Maybe you think you can't because that's what the media pounds into your head day in and day out. Stop listening to the agenda to make America a bad place. It's not true. You're being misled again. You can easily find $170,000 or less homes in these nice areas of Kentucky that I just told you about. If you earn just $40,000 a year and have no debt or very low debt, you can buy a nice home for under $170,000. I think our young people have their sights a bit too high as far as price goes. That's why they think they can't buy a home. Plus, they're listening to the agenda media that likes to talk bad about America. Why do we feel the need to keep following the Joneses that just keep going more into debt with higher and higher mortgages in stuffy cul-de-sac subdivisions where all the homes look like they were built from a cookie cutter? Let's move away from that. Let's take a look at some of these beautiful homes in these lovely towns with character and wonderful people already living there. There are beautiful hidden havens like this all over the USA. I'm just helping you out with showing you what you can get that is not going to put you into 30 years of debt. That's ridiculous. No debt is best, but sometimes to buy our first home, which is important for people to do that wish to do so, you might have a mortgage to pay off, and having a mortgage that is within our financial means is how to do it. Here's more homes in Kentucky that are within a 1-hour commute. Some are closer to Louisville or Lexington. Here's a house buying tip. Look for houses with new price cuts. This one on the lower right in Flat Gap, Kentucky, has a $20,000 price cut. Now that is something you'd want to look into, okay? Just from this photo, I see a workshop or a garage and another outbuilding in the back, and it's on an acre of land, and it's really nice inside. I already looked inside of it because it's interesting to me. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The inside has a good layout, and it's nice, it's clean, it's bright, inviting, and here's the kitchen. Really cute kitchen. Think of your first house buying experience as a stepping stone. It surely doesn't have to be a stepping stone, but it can be. That's all we're saying. Here's more houses in Kentucky. They just go on and on. Lots of these houses are around the $100,000 to $120,000 price range. Nice homes. And these aren't small lots either. They're pretty good size, enough to have a garden, maybe some chickens. There's no reason to buy a home outside of our livelihood. Let me tell you a big secret, okay? Keeping up with the Joneses is a facade, and it's exactly why prices keep going up on housing in the USA. It's the idea that you have to have what the next guy has. There's always going to be someone wealthier than you that shoot up the prices like crazy. We should call it keep up with the Joneses inflation, because that's really what it is. Keep up with the Joneses inflation. We have to go outside of that idea, and you can easily find and create your own paradise. And that brings me to the last safe haven we have for you today. Number 5 safe haven, Decatur, Illinois. This is your best bet for value in the USA. It's a medium-sized city with so much potential because it's not diluted by media hype. That's the thing you need to understand. You certainly don't have to stick with just the areas we've shown you today either. We're simply applying our retire early test and guidelines to bring you some of the best and nicest places to live in the great USA. I mean, look at these beautiful homes. You'll easily find a home around 130 to 150 in Decatur, Illinois. Look at the yards, they're just large. The metro area of Decatur is over 100,000 people too, so it's not a small city. You would easily be able to find plenty of work in Decatur. But look at these homes, so many different styles, and most of them have so much character. The options here are endless. Basically, whatever you want. It's here. It's here for the taking, folks. If the media ever got a hold of this gem, it would completely ruin it. Bottom line, if Decatur started getting hyped up like Texas or South Carolina, showing these beautiful home values like I'm showing you right now in the lake area and plentiful job opportunities available here, it would spike the real estate in Decatur within 5 years. That's no joke. Nobody even knows where Decatur is. But fortunately for you, it's an undiscovered gem that we're presenting to you today. At least for now, it's an undiscovered gem. We don't know how long it'll last. You know, it's the top 10 best places to retire to. It's like the 10 best states to retire to. It's the same thing. Stay out of those areas. That's where you're going to find your best real estate prices, okay? The reality is the Midwest or southern states of the USA offer a way better price to amenity ratio than Mexico, Thailand, or even any European capital on the map. Why? Because of the amenities. Your own country is an amenity to you because you live here and you're an American. But here's the other ones. Number 1, familiarity. 2, it's an English-speaking country. 3, job and career opportunities, better wages, excellent infrastructure, usually, at least most of the time, if we could just get over some of these storms. Friendly, great service, nice people. You will fit in, usually. Most people fit in just fine. They don't feel isolated from their community. And it's got beautiful nature everywhere. There's always something to do. Hiking, biking, walking trails, lakes, rivers, mountains. It's everywhere in the United States. You don't have to go very far to find something, you know? Number 10, big houses with big yards. And number 11, more freedom. So in a nutshell, staying within your financial means when buying a home instead of chasing the American Joneses into the higher priced properties in the same worn out states like Texas or Florida, you'll be almost debt free without the risk of international currency fluctuations and the gringo inflation and tax and all the other gringo vicious cycle stuff or foreigner vicious cycle stuff that goes along when you move abroad to a foreign land. And here's Decatur Lake. It's got a beautiful lake, beautiful parks, lots of trees and green. Decatur is wonderful. We think that the best move for freedom and financial potential is by grabbing your piece of paradise in the undiscovered American landscape. That means going away from the places that are always listed on the top 10 states, top 20 states, whatever, Which one of these little gems did you find the most interesting? And do you know of any really neat hidden gems you would like to tell us about today on this channel? Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.